Okay. I want to welcome you guys to another edition of the New Jack Swing podcast. Hopefully, we are not going to get a letter telling us legally cease and desist using New Jack Swing, but hey, until that time comes. But anyway, how are you guys doing this fine
You
evening?
started Christmas early, Namdi, with the old hat go there.
This is the Grinch. This is the Grinch because I gave Brandy's full moon a six, so
Oh,
I
oh,
wanted to, people thought I was being a little stingy, so I decided to come as the Grinch today. Hello,
how
Alex, my
dare you
friend.
give that 6 out of 10? How dare you?
I gave it a six, and I felt like but anyway, hey you guys, yes.
Christ.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, today we're doing MCA Bad Boy production of Usher's album. So we're going to get into that album and not just the songs, our thoughts about it, and of 94, the kind of music that was out at that time, which influenced this album. But before we get into the album, any music news, guys, that we can share?
I got this interesting. I saw this interesting post from Chuck Bone, who used to be part of Puffy's time at. He was linked closely to Andre Harrell and Puffy. He's very close to Puffy, so he shared this interesting thing. So apparently, in prison this week, Puffy made sure everybody had a great Thanksgiving meal. I don't know how that would work within the parameters of a prison, but I heard that and I thought that was nice, and I just wanted to share that, seeing as Puff Daddy is the executive producer of this album, and he was the person that oversaw this album. I thought some positive news about that man might be a good place to start today. And seeing as Thanksgiving was just a few days ago, happy Thanksgiving, Andrew, and everybody else from America that celebrates it. That was it. That was all I wanted to share.
Yeah, I saw the video on TMZ, of him seeming happy. Well, I'm sure this is how you protect yourself in prison, is by making people happy. Alex, I'm doing great. I'm always glad that you're here, my friend. Derek from Minneapolis, St. Paul's, Queen City, welcome this evening. Okay, I can't pronounce. Is that Chuk? Is that Cho? Okay, I'll just use 9337. Welcome. And Stevie, what about you? Anything music related, news or views?
Just my little weekend run around in doing the old vinyl search. What I will say though, has anyone discovered a young lady called Olivia Dean yet? I don't know if anyone's discovered her. She's on a second album. She's got this track out at the moment called "The Man I Need," which it's kind of captured me a bit. She's from the UK. I would say check her out. Check her out anyway.
Okay.
Who does she sound like?
Well, that's the thing. She don't really sound like anybody.
Okay.
But it's very. Stevie, it's a music is very. It's indie pop soul sort of, but the songwriting, I'm not too sure whether I'm blown away by a vocal. She can sing. Don't get me wrong, she can sing, but a songwriting is unbelievable. That's the strength of the songwriting. I checked the songs on the album. Listen to the songs on the album. I was like, whoa, this girl can write a song if she's writing.
And the thing is, like, Stevie, when you recommend something, I'm waiting for one recommendation from you that I say, actually, Stevie, that's rubbish. It hasn't happened yet. So if you're recommending it,
I appreciate that, mate.
I'm sure it's going to be great. But one day I'm going to catch you out, and it's going to go say, Stevie, that one's not for me, mate. But until then, thank you. I will check that out. Olivia D.
Okay. I want to welcome the legendary Martin A. Johnson. He recently had Christopher Williams on his show. So just check out search Martin A. Johnson on YouTube and Facebook with the official Riley Boy. But Christopher Williams seems to be having a really nice new single that's out. And I think he signed with a label, so he seems to have some promotion behind it. So check that out. Music tips and reviews. Welcome, Dario. Welcome, my good friend Tanya out in Germany. Welcome. Good evening. Is it Kev the chef? Welcome. Ezekiel, welcome. Mohammed out in Kuwait, welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, Mohammed's out in Kuwait. Big fan of Don Robinson. Yes, Damien Minor. Oh, is it Minor Mirror? Welcome as well. Yes. And he mentioned, I don't know who Chubby Tavares is. Did you know the group?
Tavares, one of the key members of Tavares. It's very sad news.
Old school. Okay, like
Okay.
70s, I think.
Yes.
All the music I've just noticed on IG. I don't know if it's going on like TikTok or anything. Seems to be getting slightly trendy now to post R. Kelly in a positive way. I don't know what's going on. I've seen
Well, yeah. Well,
about his music,
yes.
people.
I saw Teddy posting him. Yeah. Well,
Interesting.
probably in the new year, R. Kelly versus Mary J. Blige. Maybe it may
Going
have
on
it.
there, I don't know why that's happening, but interesting to see.
Very
In
interesting.
amongst the sea of fake Michael Jacksons on IG as well that I keep popping up on my algorithm. There's many of them.
Wow, Mohammed's out in Kuwait. I don't know what time it is in Kuwait. I think it might be almost.
Could be 11:38 or something like that.
Wow.
A couple of
Wow.
hours or 12:38.
Okay. Well, appreciate you being here. Okay, so and Andrew, anything? I mean, anything before we get started? Richard Ashcroft, welcome.
I was hoping you'd forget to ask me, but you asked me. I don't really have any like music news, but I will say two things. One related to the podcast, and another one just related to just music knowledge. And the first one is there is a song on this album that I totally just did not like realize I liked, and now it's like it's going to make a major it's surprising where it landed. That's number one. Number two, totally random. Speaking of Diddy, on his Love album, I think the one with the red cover, which I liked a lot, right before everything came crashing down. There's a song called "I Like," and it features Mary J. Blige. And I was walking through my building lobby, and they were playing the end of "Don't Go" from the My Life album. And I don't know how I didn't put two and two together that the end of that song is actually like kind of reprised in that "I Like" song that he did. So the 1994 song is reprised in a 2023 song, and it's just like, wow. So it made me want to revisit My Life even more because I love that, because it samples "Goodbye Love."
Goodbye
by God.
Love,
yeah, that like, you know, it's just it's so good. Anyway, so just listen to both songs and just like appreciate and bask in the beauty that Guy started.
Yeah. Which version of it?
I just both. Do the "I Like" with Diddy from 2023. Even
No, which version of Guy I was referring to?
3.0. No.
Well, if we guys Guy, then the
1.0.
future was Guy 1.0 because it was Timmy was on the For Davey album. So this is
it was Guy original edition, original
okay.
OG.
Yes. Anyway. I think music-wise, no. I think it's anyway, we can go straight into this album, and I'll let you start, VJ. What was your memories of '94 and getting this Usher album?
I was traveling a lot that year from summer of this. When do you know what month this came out?
Had to be spring.
Spring.
Right.
I think I had this before I went away. I went away from the summer of '94.
Oh, my bad. It says
Came in August, 30th of August. Yeah.
I knew it was warm weather.
Maybe later then.
Yeah.
I had this album, so I was traveling, and I had a friend of mine who was buying records and music on my behalf, and then transferring things onto cassette. And this was one of the ones he did that with. I think it was around December '94. Do you remember the DJ Eddie and the Untouchables? That "Let's Get It On" soundtrack, that little compilation that he did.
Yeah.
Jeanne, that first album, they were big albums for me. And Black. There were other things, but they were Blackstreet and things. But this was a fantastic album. Big album. To see those credits that many credits on one album, that was excitement overload for me. I could not comprehend that you had so many names on one album. And I was thinking, who is this? I mean, I knew him from Call Me a Mac from '93, but I didn't know that he was going to be given that kind of budget. I said, who is this kid? Why is he being given such a massive, massive budget? And I was very pleasantly surprised when this album came out.
Wow. But Stevie, what about you?
I guess, like you say, I'd heard "Call Me a Mac" first a year earlier, and that had a new Jack flavour to it. So we got this album. We got the single first, didn't we? "Can You Get With It," which I was blown away by the DeVante Swing production and just the whole vibe of that single. Then the album dropped, and it was a very mature sounding album. And like VJ said, it's just like a who's who of all your favourite producers and writers on it. I probably enjoyed the singles more, but it's incredible now to see the artist that he's developed into, because the only real, if it is a criticism or negative that I can put on this album, is his vocal. But he's young, he's 14, 15. If you see how he's developed his vocal over the years and what is, the way he sings now, you can see this is why they signed him. Whoever spotted him, they saw the real talent in him. But what a great, this is my favorite Usher album. I think I know a lot of people going about Confessions, and I get that from the time period, the early 2000s. I do understand, but just the production and songwriting on this, I can override some of the vocal, because there was no auto tune on this. And I can override that just for, and I'm talking about deep cuts. There's lots of deep R&B cuts on this album as well, deep ones. So maybe a bit too young for it, I suppose. But, I really this album I did play a lot. I played this album a lot.
Andrew, what about you?
So I think this album for me was definitely one of the, I would call like a hip hop soul era pillar album, number one. Number two, it illuminated, I think, back in the United States, how regional radio was, because Usher was not getting any radio play out in the West Coast. Usher was definitely more of where I would describe as chocolate cities, where there's a bigger Black population. So we're talking probably Atlanta, New York, the East Coast, probably the South, but the Bay Area and California, not so much. So I still kind of credit my older brother. How did you even know about this album? He had just got this black Honda Civic, tinted windows, lowered with the rims and the bass. So my first impression of the Usher album was just like this very Jodeci-esque kid with a funny name, and a kind of a chubby looking face on the cover. but the songs are just so effing dope. I consider this album to be like, if you know about this album and you like it, you're a real one. Because I think a lot of people, I mean, when On My Way came out, that's when he blew up across the United States, across the pop charts. It's kind of funny how Jermaine Dupri just seemed to know how to make that click. The last thing I'll say is I feel like Usher is still finding himself on this album. I remember when I heard him on Let's Straighten It Out on Monica's album, and his voice was very, almost like a Donny Hathaway. It was very mature and very grown, right? Whereas on this album, I feel like he's vacillating between his own voice, a little bit of Tony Thompson, a little bit of even early Genuine. I actually wonder if Genuine sang the reference on Can You Get With It? Who knows? But I know Timbaland was on it. So he's still finding himself on this album, but it's still something he should be very proud of. And considering, like what Stevie said, what he became, I mean, he's a legend. I think he's an underrated living legend.
I think this is his forgotten album for non-music fans. Usher fans probably won't think of it. They'll think it started with My Way, because he celebrated that with the whole 25 years and then all the Confessions. But for me, hands down, this has always been my favorite Usher album, no matter what he puts out, just because it was the Uptown Bad Boy album. You can hear Faith Evans all over the album. All the whole Chucky Thompson, the whole Uptown stuff, I'll Be Sure, Joe. It was was like if you were into Uptown Empty Bad Boy, this was just the sound. Yeah, I mean, it was some. I'm singing along with him. I'm thinking, I want to make love and have sex and come over. I'm like, okay, but how old are you, boy? So it wasn't age appropriate compared to my favorite Brandy album, which is her debut album, which was very much age appropriate. And so there was a very difference between how you do an album for a 14, 15-year-old compare, but it doesn't take away from the fact that these guys were writing songs like it couldn't make their album. Oh, did he say, well, bring it, let me give it to Usher. It was like, but should we change the lyrics? No, keep it in. I always like to do just a brief overview of 1994 so you can understand how spoiled we were in 1994. So we had the My Life album that came out. We had Boyz II Men's 2 album. We had Anita Baker's return with Rhythm of Love. We had Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, another age appropriate album. We had Crazy Sexy Cool, Janae's debut album. We had Brandy's debut album. We had Blackstreet. We had Above the Rim. We had Barry White's Icon album that, Practice What You Preach. We had Keith Sweat, Get Up On It. Bedtime Stories, which, it was crossed over. Shantae Moore's Love Supreme. IMX. Shanice, her last album on LaFace. Prince came out with a few albums then. We had The Regulate. We had Best of Sade. We had the Pulp Fiction album, which actually was, it had this thing. Changing Faces, Jason's Lyric soundtrack, Karen White's Make Him Do Right, Sister came out, Elder Barge, I remember Heart, Mind and Soul, Whitehead Brothers, with What Your Love's a 187, a Sirius album. We had songs by Luther Vandross, we had Arrested Development, Begging After Dark with H-Town, we had Back to the House with Low Key, Funktified by The Brat, Nothing But Love with Heavy D and the Boys, Meta Man came with Tikal, and Ghetto Love with Melvin Riley, and Ex-Girlfriend, It's a Woman's Thing, End Phase, and just to name a few. So if you think about just those 50 albums, that's just not all the albums. There's a lot more that haven't been called. It was so hard to get radio play when you're dealing with all of this stuff. And you can think about the fact that Puffy was just coming off the 411. He was really putting all his energy on My Life album. How he managed to also put the energy and time in the Usher album and hire these talents and make it sort of a contrast to what he was doing Mary. Because what he did with Mary was very heavily sampled, but it wasn't as if they used the same sound. So with that, when it came out, did you guys identify it and rock it from 94, or was it later on? Because I remember the first thing I heard was Can I Get With It? I saw the video and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what is this? And I got the album straight from that first single. But what about you guys? Did you get it when it first came out?
I'll jump in first. So again, I credit my older brother for getting it. But even like where I lived, we didn't have BET. And I'm sure Can You Get With It was played on BET. Did not play it on MTV, not even MTV Jams. But I also just want to jump in and say even Playtime Is Over by Immature. That was a good album. And then I'm not sure if you said Ready to Die by Biggie, but that was a good album too. So we were eating so dang good. But no, I remember the album and knowing who Usher was. So when, again, My Way did come out, I'm just like, man, all these plebes, like, dude, he's not brand new. He's been around for like 3 years. He's completely reinvented his look. He's got his abs and he's dancing more now. He basically took a page off of Genuine because Pony came out in 96 and then My Way comes out in 97. It's just kind of like they're the two twin like battlers to the point where Genuine's actually like battling Usher on his second album. But anyway, I give you more than you asked for. But yes, I absolutely rock with him since 94.
Yeah,
Stevie. Okay, VJ, go ahead.
Go, Stevie.
Like I said earlier, I was there at 93, mate. Never mind 94. I just followed on. I was in the record shops, but I do remember Think of You specifically because it was a big pirate radio play in Manchester. It was being played everywhere. I'd hear it when I go to the specialist like clubs, club nights. I mean, there is another club jam on here which should have been played in the clubs a lot more, but they should have put it. But we'll get to that when we get to the track. But literally as it came out, I had this album.
Yes. Same with me. I think when Call Me a Mac came out, produced by Tim and Ted for Flapjack Productions, I didn't know who Tim and Ted were, but I thought this is good. And then I think there's a Dave Jam Hall remix and some other bits on there. And for me, I think I resonated with music based on who the writers were, who the producers were, who the engineers were, who the musicians were behind that product. So for me, this Usher album was everything I wanted to hear. So I knew a little bit about Usher from '93 from Call Me a Mac. This album, when it came out and seeing those credits, that was it. I could not put this album down. It was listened to death. Great album.
Yeah, I think Richard makes a great point. I think that it's as much as it was for an older audience, it was a good album for an older audience. But then when you have this kid, you're almost thinking, well, who are we trying to get? And as I said, Brandy did really well with hers. Aaliyah, well, yeah, I don't know if we look back at it, Brandy and Aaliyah and Usher all came out in '94. Which of those three albums would you have thought that actually did the best, and sort of got the right marketing and the right audience that really helped them on that in that '94?
So which one, Brandy?
Brandy, Aaliyah, and Usher. They all came out.
Brandy and Aaliyah's were big albums. They were big albums that year.
Yeah, they were massive.
Back and forth. That summer '94, back and forth was just being played everywhere. And then you had Brandy. I want to be down, Brandy. When that dropped, it was
killer.
It shook everybody. It shook everybody. That track.
Brandy had like literally 4 hits in a row. It was that one, like I Want to Be Down, then the remix with
with Yo-Yo.
Basically, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Then you had Baby. Then you had
Best Friend,
and then Lonely, Broken Hearted.
Yeah,
and Wanya's on there. Like she was just on the top of the world. Then second, you had Aaliyah, but unfortunately, after the second single, which was
At Your Best,
At Your Best, and then I think Age Ain't Nothing But a Number came out third. But by that point, I think already it was like there was the weird R. Kelly certificate thing. So then she had to kind of go away and then come back in '96. But Brandy was she was everywhere.
Yeah, but as I said, this was a very So, but going back to this album, it's almost like a who's who. Now, I was in '94. I was in University in Milwaukee, so this was on radio. So in the Midwest, we were getting it, and of course there was BET. So I hadn't moved out west, so I wasn't aware of what radio stations were playing. But it got his radio play, especially with DeVante's lead single. Do you think there were any other songs on this album that could have been a more effective lead single, or do you think Can You Get With It was okay? Which would you have picked as the lead single?
The Many Ways. I mean, that was the poppiest one, and I feel like that had that come out first, I think it would have cut through because it would have been riding the coattails of like what Tevin Campbell had just kind of carved out, because Tevin was having a great run in '94. So by fall '94, his stuff's winding down, coming with The Many Ways, and it's just kind of like, oh snap, and then that one would have gotten radio play, I think, out in the West Coast because it had that poppy feel. And again, I think that when you add that pop feel to Usher, then he blows up. So I feel like that's what. Yeah, I think this album was A&R'd, in my opinion, terribly. I do not think. I think Forgive You was a good song. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. To me, it's not a hit. It's like an urban hit, but it's not like a crossover hit. Sorry.
Yeah. What about you, V?
Bashir is saying that The Many Ways was a single. It was a single, but I think what Andrew's saying is what would be the best lead single? What would have been the best first single? And I think The Many Ways would have been a good first single. I'm not sure about first single off this album. What would be The Many Ways would be a good choice.
What was wrong with it? Can You Get With It as the first single?
He's 15 talking about having sex. Like I think that I think now it's even worse optics than it was back then.
Still a massive record though. Still humongous record. I've got no, I know what you're saying, but there's no pop tracks on this album. This is like a deep R&B proper
Yeah.
90s R&B. There's no pop records. I don't hear any pop on this.
I agree, but the Many Ways is the
Call
closest.
Me a Mac. Call Me a Mac was a pop record. That Call Me a Mac because I got it like that. That was poppy and catchy. But I don't hear any pop tracks on it.
Yeah, I think maybe Get With. Can I Get With?
It is like you say, it's a Tevin Campbell kind of floating ballad. I wouldn't say it's a pop record though, but
I don't know about first single. I think Smile Again might have been a good single. I think Smile Again
nice,
is a
nice track.
That to me is very urban. But I think urban in the best way.
What about Slow Love? What about Slow Love?
That's a great song as well.
Yeah, the Slow Love, that he had a nice beat, bass. It's kind of catchy. I don't know. It's easy to say with hindsight now, isn't it? Very easy to say. If you'd have got this album back then, this would have been. I'll be honest, this would have been hard to go. What we're gonna throw at pop radio? Maybe they couldn't.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I strange enough. I mean, I got the album off Get With It. Can you get with it? I saw that. I'm like, wow, that was all that sold me. Just the first single, because it was '94. Remember that R. Kelly did Stroke You Up. So ballads in the summer. I mean, he showed that you can just change your faces came out with that ballad in the summer, and this was breaking the mode of, because every person would come out with a big hit record and then slow it down. That they came out with the ballad and it just started to blow up. And so,
I have two thoughts to that.
Mm-hmm.
The label for Janet's, they wanted If to be the first single, and they fought hard to make That's the Way Love Goes the first single, because that was the slow mellow one, and that worked too. And as far as Can You Get With It, lyrics aside, I agree that would have been a great first single, because again, the Whitehead Brothers had just had Your Love Is a 187, the whole G-Funk thing, what's his name? Warren G had just come out. So that was really, in the Above the Rim soundtrack, it was very much part of like the sound that was hitting right then and there. I agree with you.
G-Funk R&B, the G-Funk, like the R&B with a bit of G-Funk in it,
Yeah, well, it had Darryl Pearson who did 187, and he did all the guitar stuff. I forget about the Above the Rim soundtrack. We have to do that one day, because
hold on a minute. It wasn't Slow Love. Wasn't Slow Love a cover version?
Is it? I'm not sure.
Apparently done by 123 first. The group 123.
Ah, okay, that would make sense. There is another version of Slow Love as well. It was on a mixtape cassette, but it was an official cassette from the label. And there's another version of Slow Love. So there's two versions.
You know what? Slow Love. I'm actually playing in my head again. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
It's got kind of a bouncy feel to it.
And is that not right? What Day you said? Were the members of La Day on I'll Make It Right? I didn't know that. That's amazing if that is the case. I didn't know that.
Let me check the credits.
I'll Make It Right. That would be fun. That would make sense for the time.
Tom Wilson for La Day, it says here.
Okay,
Tom
fair
Wilson.
enough. Nice.
Loads of backing vocalists on this.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, how have you felt compiling
I'm
this?
so sorry. Who else is Jenny? Here's the thing. In the liner notes, is Genuine a background vocalist anywhere in that album? I was looking on the thinking that, but maybe he's not.
Okay. Not officially. He's not credited on there, I don't think.
Okay. Because the background vocalists aren't online, but I think the physical liner notes have more than what's available online.
So. Goodness.
CV, can you check on your credits? On Interlude 2, is Faith Evans a backing vocalist credited on there as a backing vocalist?
Yeah. Interlude 2.
She is with Usher. Yeah, lyrics by Faith, backing vocals Faith and Usher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So there were
Thompson's on it as well.
Who's that?
That's what I thought. Tony Thompson. I knew it. I knew somebody was also
So how did you find compiling this one? Where are we starting at? Are we starting at 12, 10 or 14 here? I've only done top 12 now.
Well, there were 12 songs and 2 interludes, so we could either for Suspicious.
I've only done 12. I've only done 12.
For the suspense, we could start with 10, so that no one would know what how which are the two. So we can start with 10, and
I like
then
that. I like that.
yeah,
Okay, sure.
yeah. So okay, so for me, number 10 is and this was a hard one because at number 11, I kept listening to 10 and 11 continuously just to think, but finally I stopped. I had to give it to Whispers. I just thought that the Darryl Pearson and DeVante's production and stuff on the edged it out slightly, and I love and I think the chorus as well. So yes, Whispers comes in at number 11. It was a hard one.
Wow.
I mean,
Number
if you
10.
think about it, that's on number 10. So if you think about what I left out from 11 and 12, it could probably surprise you guys.
Which one? We started with number 10, right?
Yeah, start with number 10.
Okay. What was I going to say? There is Kev was asking about, was it which remix? The remix was on that cassette that you mentioned. Yes, Kev, that was the one. My number 10 was produced by Albie Shaw and Kiama Griffin, featuring additional credits by Faith Evans and Kiama Griffin. It's a killer combo. For me, this song, it marks the merging of three boys from Newark meets Albie Shaw vibe, and it's the incredible Love Was Here. I love it. Great song. That's my number 10.
Okay. Wow. Miss Avaya, no, we're not including the interludes because it just wouldn't be fair. I mean, I think one of them was just a kill interlude, but we just left those out. So we're going to do the 12 main tracks.
Oh, if we're not including interludes, then my list.
I included interludes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So some of them included interlude, which is fine. I'm sure.
I can exclude it, but I need to read. If that's the case, then my number 10 is different. Shall I say my number 10 as mine when you say when everybody's doing the number 9s? It's just the wrong way around. I've said what I needed to say about Love Was Here, but then that becomes in a different position.
Okay.
It's because of the interlude. So whatever you want to do, dude.
Okay. Stevie, yeah, we'll come back. Yeah.
I only did one draft of this album, and I thought, you know what? I'll make it easy for myself. I'll pick the Candle in the Air tracks. I'll put them at the back. But as I'm reminding, because I'm not reminding myself this album for so many, I thought, I'm looking at the titles. I thought that's got to be a Candle, and I realised there wasn't any. And I'm like, damn, I like every track on this album. This is killing me. What I put at 12 and 11 is blasphemy. I'm like, then I thought, well, I'll do one draft and I'll change it around. Then I thought, what's the point? I'm only sure about my number 1. The rest of it could be the rest of it. Like I say, this number 10 could be number 2. It's that good. My number 12 could be number 2. I'm just like, I was crying. We got to a 12 and I was like, no, I'm just. But you got to, like I say, you got to rank it, haven't you? So at number 10, and there's no fault to this track whatsoever. I can't say anything bad about it. I think it's a fantastic track. I don't know why it's at number 10. But it's the bouncy slow love, the upbeat bouncy slow love. Da, da, da. I don't, like I said, why is it number 10? I don't know why. It's great. It's a fantastic track.
Yeah.
Could have been a single, like I say. That could have been a single. Why not?
100%. Great choice, Stevie.
Sorry
for saying that all night to all of your suggestions. They're all great. You all win.
Nice.
All right. So I'll confuse myself if I try to. I only have one interlude in the top 10, so I'll just keep it moving. My number 10 appropriately sets off the whole experience. It's a good song, and it samples Audio 2's Top Billin', and it is indeed I'll Make It Right at number 10 to kick off my list. And I already know our lists, just like the last show, are going to be all over the place. So it's going to be cool to see where we converge and where we diverge.
Yeah. So, it's like I say, these tracks, like you said, it's going to be, I can't see any of us having the same list here. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah.
Do you think we might have the same ones at the top? Some people might have the same songs.
Possibly, that is a possibility.
Probably the top three, but a mixture around. Probably a mixture around.
But like say, from 10 out of 4 to 3, I think it's going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Who takes a drink whenever they hear something crazy? Because like I wanted to take a drink after I heard Whispers at number 10. Sorry.
That's Mac. And Mac's not around right now.
What up,
but yes,
Mac? Shout out. For you.
David Yarden, welcome. Number 9 for me was if anyone says what does an Uptown song sound like, number 9 is pretty much the sort of the anthem of Uptown type of, the samples used in this and the backing vocals and ba-doom-doom, ba-doom-doom, I'll show you love.
Wow.
Yes, it's it almost seems sacrilege that you can put that low, but it's, it just says something about the album that, you don't skip any of them. Let me even see who did that. Backing vocals with Faith and Usher, Tone and Poke. Well, it's Poke that did the drums. Herb Middleton did the keyboard. Although when I did interview Herb, he said he did most of the production with that. And but as it is, you have to share producing records with let me see. You have to share producing records with Mr. Teddy Puffy. But yes. So yes, I'll show you love at number 9 for me.
Nice one. Ezekiel, thank you very much for sending me commiserations in an open forum so everybody can see what happened last week in a football game. I appreciate that very much. And what else? Zach, you said Black Flames did the original version of Love Was Here. I did not know that, but fantastic song. And you said you were in shock. I don't know why. I think it's a great song. I'm doing my number 10 because I did my number 9 because we're excluding the interludes from this list. So my number 10 is produced by Dave Jam Hall. He started working with a new writer that he hadn't worked with much before this, a guy called Gordon Chambers. This was the beginning of their relationship. Evans is also credited on that song. It samples Lafayette Afro Rock Band by Hinache from 1973, produced by Pierre Jobert. It is Final Goodbye. What a tune, man. What a tune. Brilliant song. And that's my number 10.
I got a text from Gordon Chambers in church saying, when is his episode going to drop? And I said, once I finish with with Don Robinson. And yeah, Gordon talks about how he connected with Dave and working with Phyllis Hyman and all that crazy stuff. So I can't wait to release that. Okay. That's the hard thing with interviewing writers or producers, is that when they've done so much, you can't keep up with all the stuff they've done and ask them about this or that. So yeah, okay. Yeah. I was no. I'm not going to say where I had that.
Gordon is an incredible writer. And Andrew, do you remember that spot that you had in New York by Grand Central?
Yes.
Around the corner from there, I interviewed Gordon Chambers in one of the places somewhere. I interviewed him somewhere around there.
No, we interviewed him up actually in the room.
It was in the room. It was in the room. It was upstairs. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Stevie.
Wow, when I finally got to the Final Goodbye, I thought, here it is. Here's the Candle in the Air Final Goodbye track. And then I listened to it and I thought, no, it's not. It's actually a really, really strong track. But it's actually not made my number 9. That's where we're at now, out number 9.
Yeah.
I'm going to reenact some karaoke here because I'm in a good mood tonight. So I'm gonna try and sing this. This killer track. Let me just have a look at. Yeah. Here we go. I'm crazy, so crazy.
Okay.
I'm crazy about you, baby. So crazy, crazy about you, baby. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna give you, folks. That's as what a killer track. What an absolute killer track that is. So crazy about you, baby. I've been singing it all. I'm thinking it's not left my head, and it should have been further up, and it's only at number 9. So I'm crazy for putting it number 9. There it is.
Yeah. But it's a great song. And Crystal Johnson's backing does backing vocals on that.
She did talk about it when we interviewed her. Yeah, she did talk about it.
You, baby. How can you not sing that chorus?
And that song, "Crazy," is one of the most sought after. The original version by Brian Alexander Morgan is one of the most sought after songs by music collectors.
Wow.
So who did he do the original version for?
The original version is Brian Alexander Morgan. Then it was remixed by Herb Middleton, or additional production by Herb Middleton and Puffy. So that's not the original version. So there's an original Bam Jam version out there, which is very, very sought after.
What, that he sings on?
No, that Usher sings on.
What, a different version?
No, this version, it says it's produced by Brian Alexander Morgan, but
Yes.
it's not the original Brian Alexander Morgan version.
Right.
Herb Middleton and Puffy came later, and they added their sauce on it, and it became a different song together.
Okay.
So there's an original version of "Crazy" out there somewhere.
Interesting.
Okay. This is where Andy comes in. So I don't know if you saw the clip that of Bobby singing "Forever" with the outstanding Gap Band outstanding sample, and so because D.O.A. Allen was the music director on that tour, and he said he couldn't remember. I said, did you remember Bobby singing "Forever" on the tour? He says he couldn't remember. Then when he saw the clip, he says he says one thing that Bobby would do. Bobby would say, "Okay, guys, I want to sing 'Don't Be Cruel.' I want to play 'Don't Be Cruel.'" And so they're playing "Don't Be Cruel." He says, "No, I want the Elvis version." So the band is like,
Very.
he'll just flip up. He said, "No, play the Elvis version." So the band would be like, "What was the Elvis version?" I'm like, "Okay."
That's awesome.
That was during the Home Against tour, so when Bobby was in a different space. So,
so
when Stevie was singing, I had to.
Wow.
Confuse the hell out of me.
All right. So I'll go. Before I go, I am gonna, since Vij is definitely cutting out his interludes, I'll do the same. So what I'm gonna do first though is "Final Goodbye." It's not in my top 10, but I remember one of the reasons why I actually dismissed it was because I'm like, this sounds too much like "If You Love Me." So it's funny by Brownstone. So it's funny when I looked at the credits and saw Gordon Chambers, I'm like, well, of course, that makes too much sense. Now, as far as so now I'll Make It Right becomes my number 9. So I'm just going to share that I have "You Took My Heart." You took my heart and ran away. That one is now that's number 10 because it just kind of like moved up. So that's my 10, but we're going to go, "I'll Be Back" in sync, not like the group when we get to number 8.
Bye. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so number 8 for me. Yeah, so I'm not going to attempt to wail like Stevie, but "Crazy" made number 8, and that's also another. That's definitely another. Yeah, with Crystal doing it, Puffy and Herb Middleton. Well, Herb said he did most of the production on that remix, but yeah, I can see the difference that the uptown flavor funk, that sort of, let's give it that little, when DeVante said we had to do some barks on the Poison remix, so it's almost like, yeah, we need to uptown this version of what Brian did. Yeah, it's and I think the one thing I loved about this album that we don't get anymore is the backing vocals. And when it's almost like they are, just think of Tammy and Aaron in "Goodbye Love," that type of response. So it's almost like, "Actually, you don't have to say much. We'll sing it for you." So you focus on the main verse. Uptown were great at doing that. They were the masters of just getting the backing vocals to be a different element of the song, and yeah, that and you had some. I think there was even Mary Brown um, from Abstract is on one of these backing vocals as well. So you had some great backing vocals as well.
All that money spent then. They must have spent getting all these back.
They were on this
album would have
entire
cost a
album.
fortune.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, he's reaped. I mean, he's paid them back in tenfolds. Going forward. Yeah, it was Smile Again at Crystal Johnson, Dave Hollister, Faith Evans, and Mary Brown doing backing vocals. Can you imagine the royalty of R&B royalty just singing backgrounds on one track? I mean, they gave him a budget and he spent.
Do you reckon $10,000 each they got? $2,000.
Hey, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, who God knows, but if he didn't have this album, I don't think you can do My Way, because you needed him to understand himself and get because anyway. Vij,
my number 8. We're at number 8, right? So produced, and this is the good thing about this album. You've got it's like it's strange collaboration. So this track is Dave Jam Hall and I'll Be Sure. I would never put them together. It's sampled in one track and it was a single. It's The Many Ways. That's my number 8. I love it. Great song.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's interesting, like how they mix different people together that you wouldn't put together. Fascinating.
Well, if you think of it, though, because they're all from Mount Vernon. Eddie put the Untouchables together from all local people across the street, so they all knew themselves back in the day. Yeah, it's this silent assassin, Dave Hall. Okay, Stevie.
Can I do a bit of singing again? I'm only kidding. But I've gone for I'll Make It Right. But what's that bit? Who does that chanting? Goes but and a hitting hard.
Stop billing.
I like that one. Yeah, it really
nice.
grab your attention. That that was the start of the album. What a great start to the album that was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe again another single. Who knows? But it's made my number 8. Good memories of that. And again, I think I did hear that on quite a bit on pirate radio as an album cut being played. I'll make it right. Da, 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 da.
Yes. Okay, Andrew.
We have our first jinx of the podcast. My number 8 was produced by Brian Adams out of Morgan and Herb Middleton and Combs doing the little extra touch on it. So I'm not going to sing it, but I'm going to sing other songs, trust me. But my number 8 is indeed Crazy. So like you, Namdi, it's a number 8, and that's that. We'll see what are their this podcast.
Well, but the three of us have got it pretty close by then. That track Crazy. I've got it at number 9. You two got it at number 8. So we'll see where Jake puts it. If he's included it in his 10. Wow.
Yeah.
He's just outside. He's shaking his head.
Outside. It's just outside my number top 10. But it's a fantastic song. Like my list tomorrow will be different. Like this is the list now. But Crazy is fantastic. I've listened to it to death. So I love that all three of you have included it.
Who is Alex Richburn?
Ooh.
What else did he do?
He did. Do you remember? There's Men-A-Vision before they were Men-A-Vision were called Vision,
Okay.
and there's a song called Pretty Lady, which is also very sought after by people, and it was on the Blank Man soundtrack. He produced that with Teddy Riley. Alex Richburn also worked very closely with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
He did.
And Poke and Tone as well, I believe. So he's an incredible talent. Alice Richburn is the real deal. He is incredible.
And he did stuff with Pebbles as well. I want to say.
Yes, yes, he did, yeah.
I saw his name from our last podcast. But my first time of hearing of him was the Velvet Rope album. That's when I saw his name for the first time.
Okay. Well, I'll Make It Right is his stuff with Tone Polk on drums and Herb Middleton on keyboards, and he did the production with Puffy, and goodness, he had lyrics by Faith and everyone on there. I mean, it's just like who's who on there with backing vocals and stuff like that the day. So yes, I'll Make It Right. I mean, I think just to be able to even be in the top 10, Alex is the main producers on the 4.0 album. What was the 4.0 album?
Yeah,
there was a group called 4.0. I want to say.
small. Yeah, didn't do too well, but it's a decent album, and the production is very, very good because of Alex Reichborg.
Jojo, you were what group were you in? I know you. He's been around for more than for a minute. I know he was in the group as well back in the day. I'll wait for him to respond. Okay, so I'll Make It Right is my number 7.
My number 7 is produced by Puffy and Alex Reichborg. I cannot talk about Alex Reichborg enough. I'm so glad that after this, what you've just said about Alex Reichborg, he's come up. This track also features Faith Evans, Herb Middleton, Nasheem Myrick, and Prince Charles Alexander. It samples James Brown, Blind Man Can See It from 1973. And can you make a connection with Curtis Mayfield and any Usher tracks? Maybe? No?
Oof.
So this sample this song also samples the 5 Stair Steps Don't Change Your Love from 68, produced by Curtis Mayfield. It's I'll Show You Love. What a song. Love it.
Wow.
That is my number 7.
Who was in the 5 Stair Steps?
Kenny Burke.
Kenny Burke, eh? Kenny Burke was in the 5 Stair Steps.
It was his family, right? With his brothers, right?
I'm not too sure about that, but I was watching some YouTube channel about bass lines, and this guy played the bass line from Rising to the Top, and he gave a bit of history about the 5 Stair Steps, and I thought, I've got their reissue album somewhere, and I didn't even look at the credits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kenny Burke, man. But anyway, you just picked a great track there. I'll Show You Love. At least it's made
incredible.
It's incredible.
It's number 7. That's very respectable.
I think why didn't they put that out as a DJ promo 12? So you could have pitched that.
Great.
Oh, that'd have been a massive club track. Massive.
I think so. Yeah, I think it would have done well.
Pitch maybe one. Pitched about one. Oh, that's effects rapping on it, didn't? What effect? What was the sampling? Wasn't that Hamilton Bohalen?
I see James Brown in the.
No, that's. I think you're talking about I'll Make It Right.
Well, I'm looking at Wikipedia. It just said I'll Show You Love, Reichborg, Bobbitt, James Brown, Evans, Joe Howell, Reichborg, Mark South, Fred Wesley. Well, I don't know, but with the DOS effects, I can.
What effects? I'm a Riggedy Rick Wrecker, giggity Mike Checker. Do you remember that style of rapping?
Just a man.
That's effect.
You're talking about I'll Make It Right. I think that's Just a Man. That's on the mic, which is big tune as well.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we up to? Number 7.
Number 7.
Right, I picked another track with a big sample in it. Ba-boom, boom, ba-boom, boom. Every night I think of you. Bum 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 bum.
Don't make me lose my mind. Who got the props? Black man.
Yeah. So I do kind of have a love-hate relationship for this track. Sometimes I listen, I'm really, really into it, and others I'm like, it's a bit, it's a bit depressive almost. It's got a depressive, I don't know. But it had to be my top. I've just got too many memories of it. It had to be my top 10. So at number 7, It's I'll Make It Right for me. There was a lot of remixes of that, weren't there, as well?
You mean Think of You, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Think of You.
Yeah. And you hear what Donnell said, that no one could write to it, and then he shows up and he just heard the lyrics straight off, and he just wrote. And then Faith, you can hear the bridge, you can hear Faith do the bridge and stuff. But yeah, but it was just a strange beat. Yeah, it's strange when Donnell is talking about it. He's not. I was like, come on, sing it. You wrote it, you know. They don't want to preserve their voice in case, you know, you have to pay for that.
They do that, man. But they were saying Puffy really, because I think you shared something about that, Namdi, recently. That Puffy was struggling with the songs
with
on
the
this
lyrics.
song.
Yeah, no one could write to it.
And then Donnell came on. Yeah, you said that from your interview. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then Faith did the To Another Place. So she did that part, and he just wrote the lyrics. Yeah. All right, Andrew.
We have our second jinx of the podcast. And it goes something like this. All the time I think of you, holding on to someone new. Don't make me lose my mind. Sorry. Seems like I've been here before. Baby, I can't take no more of you trying to play me out. Baby. Number 7, Think of You. First single by Usher. So I just clicked with Namdi the first time on 8, click with Stevie the second time on 7. Will me and Vij click on 6? Stay tuned.
We will see.
Okay, number 6 for me. Oh goodness, I wish this could go a little bit higher. I really, and it's strange where they placed it on the album as well. And I wonder if they would have ever released this as a single. But it was the one Dave Jam Hall track on there with Gordon Chambers. Final Goodbye. It's you know, and it's because it's the last song on the album, it feels as if it's his goodbye song, but it's like I actually think that could have been a good single, you know, a good breakup single, you know, to start off with, almost like Kissing Game. I just love the production. Dave is probably, you know, one of the best and most consistent producers out there. I mean, the fact that he's worked with Forget Mary and all these people, Madonna, Michael, and all these people, and he's probably the most undercover producer of all of them, because he doesn't speak out. We don't see him in the videos doing the dancing and stuff. But yeah, Final Goodbye made it number 6. I really rated it so much.
That's a great choice, and you're right about Dave Jam Hall. Like what an incredible talent. I mean, the music he's created. And you mentioned Bedtime Stories earlier. The Dave Jam Hall tracks on that are absolutely insane. So good.
Yeah. I mean, I bought that album. I mean, did you guys all buy it?
Yes. And I remember, again, I talked about how Madonna picked a side. She went R&B. And I'm like, good on you.
What? We could have done that album because it's just been reissued with a load of unreleased tracks, remixes.
Oh, my God.
I'd love to do that.
Survival, I think it's a Nelly Hooper track, is so good. I thought that was Dave Jam Hall, but it's Nelly Hooper, unreleased track that's on. It's on streaming platforms now. If you're, very good.
I remember that one. And have you guys have probably heard the Tupac version of "I'd Rather Be Your Lover," right? Have you guys heard that one? Yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
No, but this the Survival version that's on the streaming platform.
The album
demo version.
Okay.
It's a demo version, so you got to check it out, man.
I will.
Number 6 contains a sample of Das Effects, Just Men, and audio from 1992, and Audio 2 Top Billing. And just reading these credits, my brain I can't process, man. Puffy and Alex Riesborg on production duties. Additional credits: Nashim Myrick from the Hitmen Puffy Squad. Herb Middleton, Kiama Griffin, and Poke. This song is "I'll Make It Right." That is my number 6. I love that song. What a tune!
Yeah, it hits. Sounds good on speakers, man.
Fantastic track.
I agree.
Okay. Stevie, where did you go?
I'll just give a big good evening and shout to our resident Grinch, Marco Crawford, who doesn't not happy with his album tonight. As usual, he's not happy that now, but maybe you suggest us an album, sir. Maybe we can make you happy one weekend. 3 albums. Anyway, my number 6 was originally at number 5. It's not met because I did play it a lot and I do love this track. But it's been picked by something else. And there's a nice rare CD single there, The Many Ways.
Very nice.
And
wow.
Shirt out there. They've got the alternative radio edit, shorter piano intro, and there's also a mix called the longer piano intro, and the instrumentals on this as well, which I'm very happy about.
Yes,
the album instrumental is just absolute dream. Dave Jampol, I'll be sure on this. It takes you on a journey. There's a storytelling in this.
I was surprised that Carl West wasn't on it because he sounded like Carl's haunting orchestra and everything.
Yes, Smile. Sorry, The Many Ways makes my number 6. Fantastic track.
Okay.
All right. Number 6 for me. Unfortunately, no jinxing happening yet, but it may continue down the list. My song for number 6, I'll just keep it nice and slow, but not from my way. I'll keep it nice and slow. Love. Ain't gonna ask, is it good to you? I know what to do with the up and down, round and round. Getting a little racy for a 15, 16-year-old.
Okay.
But Slow Love is at number 6. And that's it. Now I feel like my top 5 is all songs I'm going to be super enthusiastic about. So we made it past the first.
You've been quite enthusiastic so far.
Really? Oh shoot. Okay. Let me do it then on the second.
You've warmed your vocals up. You've warmed your vocals up, and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Lady Q. Okay, number 6 for me. Can you? I forgot. Number 5. So I mentioned that this was a Bad Boy Uptown Records, and so you couldn't do an Uptown record without the resident Uptown producer, and that's Eddie F. And classic Uptown song with the heavy Faith Evans backing vocals on this, and You Took My Heart. And this is Usher singing, and then Faith, it very pronounced, almost like a Goodbye Love type of callback. And I was like, man, that's it was almost a duet if it could be. But yes, it's Eddie's solo production on there. Yes, let me try and see now. Yeah, music and everything by Eddie F. and stuff like that, backing by Faith. And it's Yes, You Took My Heart at number 5. So I think for me, I redid my 1 to 4 too many times. I just had to stop and say, okay, that's it. I can't keep changing it. So number 1 for 4. But anyway, for number 5, You Took My Heart at number 5.
I love that. That's in your top 5, man. I love that it's in your top 5. That's cool, man. So we were not allowed to include interludes. So if I was, interlude 2 would have been right here. Can't Stop would have fitted in right here. And interlude 2 is absolutely bananas. It's just incredible. This is what
you rate that highly.
No, that's how good that interlude is. It's Faith Evans singing on backing vocals. Usher's not even on it. You got Prince Charles, Puffy, Chucky Thompson. Anyway, we can't include it, so forget that song. The song that is my number 5 samples the Isley Brothers, Between the Sheets from 1983. It was sampled in one song that I know of. produced by Puffy.
Mm-hmm,
Involves Johnson, Faith Evans, Mary Brown, Dave Hollister, Poke from Tone and Poke, and Herb Middleton. It is Smile Again. What a tune. Wow.
And what number is that at?
Number 5.
Number 5.
Smile Again's a killer.
I approve. Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Well, I don't need to say anything more about that track because it's my number 5 as well. I'll be honest.
Jinx.
I'll be honest. It surprised me that it's the big. It's at number 5 because when I looked, I don't remember this track. When I played it again, I thought, oh my, that's got to go in the top 5. It's such a deep R&B cut, that real deep one. That's what really surprised me on this album. It took me back. I thought, that's in front of some of the singles there and some of the more catchier things. So that shows you the strength of that track, really. But yeah, Smile Again, I don't disagree. That number 5 as well for me.
Great.
Touche.
I gotta say, I feel like Stevie, I feel like that song was a victim of track placement. It's almost like you kind of buried it at the back of the album.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's the second to last track on the album.
Yeah.
I thought number 13 and 14 would have been the Candle in the Air tracks, Final Goodbye, and I thought they're going to close the out, and I thought, damn no, these are serious tracks. These,
Yes,
ain't messing about here.
No,
Solid.
hey DJ all day. Yes, okay.
All right, here we go. Sorry for those who hate my singing. At number 5. One day we can be together, 'cause you know that I wanna be down, baby. But right now we cannot forget it, 'cause you know I gotta get around. Hey, well, I don't have much money. I can buy a diamond ring. I ain't trying to be funny. It's only a sexual thing. Can you get with it? It's like that. So, yeah, Can You Get With It is number 5. And let me tell you, I'll be honest, I'm usually not like a prude, right? Like people hate Do Me by Velvet DeVoe now because of the whole backstage underage thing. I still love it. But I gotta say, this song took a hit. Had you asked me 10 years ago, it probably would have been placed higher. But I just can't get past the fact that he's like, come on to my room. Let's just go, take off all your clothes.
Please,
I'm like, yo, how can you make this 15-year-old sing that? That's just wrong. But it's still a dope song. So that's why it's number 5, but it deserves to be higher just on sheer musicality.
DeVante, say it again.
Yeah.
Can you get me? Yeah. Age appropriate.
Completely age inappropriate. I mean, for somebody of that age to be singing like that, it makes no sense.
It's like that.
I don't know if you guys know. There's a guy on Instagram who ranks women, like the wives of NBA players or the wives of football players or female players, and he will say, "Smash, definitely smash. I'll give it a pass," and then he'll add respectfully smash, and he uses respect. And one of the NBA players' wives, said respectfully, thank you or something like that for including her on the list and stuff like that. But he started using that respectfully when he's ranking them, and to think about this is an inappropriate track for this young boy. Respectfully, we approve of the actual song,
Yes.
but not for the guy who's singing it. Because imagine if it's when Cassie came out singing, what was her first one? Is it Me and You or
You? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to the lyrics it's Ryan Leslie singing, because it was almost like it was a guy saying, "I'm going to check you out. You want to come back with me?" And she's singing it, and it's like, well, that's not really, it's at that point in time, women went, apart from Medina Howard, went as forward as that. So you could see it was very much a Ryan Leslie singing, writing his stuff from his perspective, and just telling her to sing it, and it just didn't. it always felt different for me, and I guess I don't know if the music was so well that I didn't at the time worry about the fact that Usher was that young, because I was probably maybe 4 years older than him back. Oh, I don't know how old he is, but I was still in college, so it didn't feel, it didn't seem too far of a distance. I mean, looking back now at a 14, 15-year-old singing these things, I could say, oh, he was young. But when I was that young as well, it didn't seem as if it was a big deal as much.
Namdi, don't get it twisted. Like, and I was trying to avoid a 1 and talk about my sexual history on this damn podcast, but trust me, when I was 14, 15, 16, I was not tripping at all. I was like, yes, absolutely. Let's, I will just say you didn't ask, but I definitely was good until about, I was, but not necessarily by choice. So anyway, I'm just saying I get you. But now as an older person pushing 50, I just feel like the adults, even though they were in 20s and 30s, like they should have known better than to put a teen on that song. That's all I'm saying.
It's right. Break it down. Yeah, I mean that was that the Prince one? Break it down.
It was Hush.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So it was. Do we have the same thoughts about when TC was singing those Prince songs?
I mean, it was like, I just feel like there's. I mean, to be fair, there's an argument that can be made. I think that but I think that the runs at the end of "Can You Get With It" and just saying straight up, "I just want to smash," that's different. Break It Down is like, it's just a love song. Candlelight, no, I don't think so. The flicker of the flame will spoil the flow. It's more like sensual, right? But "Can You Get With It" is literally like, look, I can't buy you a diamond ring. I'm just trying to smash the world. Okay? Are you down? No.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I just wanted to say, somebody just made the weirdest reference. So we're talking about an R&B album here. So this is mid-90s R&B. Yeah, that's what this podcast is about. We're in 1994, firmly in 1994. We're talking about Dave Jam Hall, who was involved in this project. And then we made a comparison with a pop singer called Madonna, who's also very popular in the 80s. She was most popular in the 80s, you would argue, possibly other than her music period, which is or Ray of Light, which
Ray of Light. Yeah, that was
Ray of Light was a big success as well.
Yes.
So if we're talking about Dave Jam Hall in this album, obviously we're going to make a comparison with the Bedtime Stories album, which had Dave Jam Hall on there. Why on earth would we talk about Nile Rodgers in the 1980s? It makes no sense. This guy, man, what the hell?
I think they were discussing. I could see what they're discussing. Someone said they preferred Madonna's 90s stuff, and then the other guy was saying, "Was you born at a certain age because he did some stuff with Nile Rodgers?" I see.
This is a tangent. I got to admit, I love this. Madonna personally is the personal. I mean, we're True Blue. Sorry, man. I feel like True Blue, Into the Groove, like La Isla Bonita, like that whole 87 era, 86, 87, that to me is goated, like Material Girl era Madonna. That's like that was her in her bag. Like a Prayer was dope. Bedtime Stories was survival. That no pun intended. Yeah. And then you had like Ray of Light, which was just like her second coming. So that's a whole other. We could just, you know what, Stevie, we should do another podcast about Bedtime Stories, and then we can just talk about Madonna as a whole. So we'll have a fun time because Madonna has had so many eras, and I think that's important.
Exactly, but we're talking about a 90s R. We're talking about 90s R&B. So why would we talk about Nile Rodgers? It doesn't even make sense. It's like we're talking about Michael Jackson, Dangerous. We're talking about Teddy Riley. We might reference Dangerous. We're not going to talk about Off the Wall from 1979, are we? Because there's no context there. So, like comparison. I'm just saying, Marco, you really do say some really silly things sometimes.
Okay, so who's next?
What number are we at?
We're 5. So I think it's you actually, Namdi, because we talk about Can You Get With It? It's you.
Okay.
Now we're number 4.
Yeah. So number 4 for me is so this is the track that Still Got Faith doing the backings on this stuff as well, and I don't know why they misspelled the name of the guy who wrote it on there, but we've got Faith's future collaborative partner, Chucky Thompson, doing the music and production, and it is "Think of You" at number 4. Doom, doom, doom.
I knew you'd have that high up. I knew you'd have that track high up.
Doom, doom, doom. And I think a lot of people, yes, yes, y'all, to the beat, y'all. I mean, doom, doom, doom. I mean, that was, yeah, that's that. Somebody says, hey, what were you guys listening to back in the day? And it's like, that's, that was the blueprint for his Bad Boy records and stuff. I mean, say what you have to do. Oh, did you ever see the interview with Tweet on We Sound Crazy? And she mentioned that DeVante did not let them listen to anybody's music. They couldn't watch BET or anything because he didn't want them to be influenced by others. But they'll sneak out and watch and see what Bad Boy were doing and all this stuff. But yeah, doom, doom, doom. Yes, yes, you're to the beat. Oh, yeah, Think of You at number 4.
Number four. Number 4. This particular track was produced by Albie Shaw, has additional credits from Chucky Thompson and Puffy. You've got Alex Riesborg on the drums, just as a drummer on this, like just extra musician, just because. And you've got Prince Charles Alexander on the mix, who is all over the first 2 Jodeci albums. This song, I think a couple of you have mentioned it already, is Slow Love, number 4.
Wow.
Nice.
Great tune.
Wow, you rate that pretty highly. It is,
Wow.
that is a good track.
Fantastic song. And it's that
Okay.
remix as well. There's that remix of it, which is another version that's on that tape we were talking about earlier.
Love to hear it.
Okay. Wow, Stevie, what's your number 4?
Number 4 for me, when I replayed it again, I thought, wow, this is the production on this track. It's almost like a prelude to Donell Jones's 1996 album. Because I thought, I'm amazed that this could have been for Donell Jones's track, but it wasn't. She did it 2 years earlier. It's produced by Eddie F. I think this is an Eddie F. masterpiece. It's You Took My Heart with Faith Evans on. It sounds like something off Donell Jones album. Really does. It's just, oh my God, that production. You took
Fantastic.
my heart and run away. Oh my God. Another deep R&B cut, that. Great
And
track.
as I mentioned, what helps is the backing vocals. Faith, her sultry vocals at the back of it.
Took my heart and run away.
Yeah,
Killer
we've got to give a
track.
shout out to Albie Shaw for introducing us to Faith. Introducing the world to Faith. Andrew.
Speaking of Faith, this song I think could have been a single. And it was one of the first songs that I noticed even back then. It was just like probably the ballad that I've noticed first. And it was indeed the mighty Love Was Here and Now You're Gone. Come on home.
Lovely.
Come on home. That was number 4. And
Wow.
yeah, it was actually number 3 in my first list, but it got bumped. And I thought I was going to rank her higher when I did this list because that song stands out to me. It's just very much like Sexy Verses, like Albie Shore, that era, so great song. So I'm not going to sing it though. It's a little too gospely for my
Tough one.
vibes. Yeah. All right.
What do you guys think happened to Sexy Voices? Why didn't it?
Must have been label drama. It must have been because I think that's a great album.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it literally. I almost too strong of a word. I was gonna call it like stillborn. It's just fucked up to say, but like because it only had 2 singles. It was Right Now and then
Natalie.
That's it.
Yeah, Natalie.
There's so much more on that album.
Yeah, when I see the album, it just takes me back to because I just moved to Alabama, watching BT, getting the album and playing it, and I was shocked it just didn't blow up. And even Carl's was saying that politics at Warner Brothers. This is the same Warner Brothers that just messed up with Karen's third album, because I keep forgetting his name now, but he was moving on and he was focused on what's his name?
Oh, the guy who Benny Medina.
Benny Medina. He put a lot of his attention on the Fresh Prince.
Yes, the TV show.
Yeah, so he took his eye off the ball. So all the black artists on Warner Brothers, they just moved away from that, and they allowed Atlantic and East West to do their stuff. But the main label,
to do a Sexy Versus top 10. I think that would be great because, I mean, the song I love is "I'll Never Hurt You Again." That was a ballad. It's really good. With a little baby crying at the end, and then even song like "Thanks for a Great Time Last Night." That should have been a single. Like, I mean, there's some great stuff on there, and then the kick in the head, and if I didn't love you, I wouldn't have turned.
Well, that's one definitely for the new year. Then we could add that to the list for the new year.
There was a third single. "I Don't Want to Cry" was also a single, and there were some incredible remixes of that as well. That was a brilliant.
That's a good song.
"I Don't Want to Cry" was brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, we talk about that just looking at what Al B. Shaw was doing on this album for Usher, and thinking about the outlet for his music when he But anyway,
whatever happened to those unsung documentaries? Because I was just thinking about the Al B. Shaw Unsung, and it did tap into why the album didn't blow up. But so, has there been any unsung episodes recently? I've not seen any.
I don't know. I don't think was there an Al B. Shaw song. I don't know.
Yeah, there was. There was the Christopher Williams one, which is incredible. But there seemed to be a big spate of them, and now they've. I don't know what's happened to them. I don't know if they stopped making them or not.
Carl just
the High Five one was great.
Yeah.
There were so many people asking for a Guy one, and it never happened. The Guy one never happened. Well, that would have been great.
Yeah. I mean, okay, just a slight off topic. If you guys ever watched, my favorite all-time show was Behind the
Music.
Behind the Music. I loved. It was. I was religiously. It was. I mean, so the voice to the BBD one, the Mary one. I mean, the Behind the Music was the best. I mean, the song is like copy that. But goodness, because Behind the Music would start off great, and then the downfall, the drugs, and everything goes down, and then they're back together and stuff like that. So that's before IG, before Golden Story errors and all that stuff. It was Behind the Music, the ultimate stuff. Anyway.
Say big thanks to Benzon's for the super chat.
Benzon.
He just bought you a coffee, Namdi. He just bought you a coffee,
Okay. We've got number 3. Oh, who's next?
Wait.
Andrew, have you gone?
Yeah, I was here. So I think you're now number 3. Yeah.
Number 3, yes. Oh, goodness. I don't know why this is at number 3. It was at number 1, then it went back to 2, then to 4, then now number 3. I was surprised that when I just saw the credits this today. So because I'm heavily Teddy Riley influenced, I do not look at the credits while I'm ranking the album, and I only do it at the end so that I'll just love the song for what it is. And I thought Kyle West was the producer of this, and I was surprised to see that actually it wasn't Kyle, but it sounded like Kyle, and Al B. Shaw was the co-producer. But the Many Ways, it creeps into number 3. This is what was the one that he did for Tevin Campbell with Kyle West?
Oh no! Sorry.
Yeah, the Al B. Shaw Kyle West song they did for Tevin Campbell.
Just ask me to.
No, it was
Confused. I'm so confused.
No, it was very similar to this.
Oh, right. Okay. It's Right Now by I'll Be Sure is similar to this one. It's called oh my god. It's from the first album. Somebody in the comments, I know it's shit. It's from Kevin's first album.
There you go.
Oh
There you go. Sauvignon said it. Sauvignon shared it.
Alone With You. Thank you. Yes. Sauvignon, you guys are all awesome. Thank you guys for all typing that in. Oh, Alone With You. Alone With You was the first. It was Alone With You, then Right Now, and The Many Ways. They all had the same.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. That was so nerdy. Oh my! I've never done that.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm listening. Yeah. So I think when I listen to Many Ways, it's like I've heard this song before, but it was because I'm thinking about Alone With You. And then Right Here, and it's just and I just like love, man, loved it. Yeah, so we definitely see in the comments. So as you guys are typing, we've seen it.
We're seeing the comments.
Have her back. I feel
We're not missing the
loved
comments. Don't worry, we do see the comments.
Yeah.
I was just like, what's this song? What's this song? In the comments.
Yeah, I think there was So The Many Ways and Alone With You. I think I'm listening. I'm like, which of the two is better? Which would you prefer? The So Many Ways or Alone With You?
I gotta keep it real. Alone With You is goated. I think that song is. Yeah.
I think the thing is, like, I think Tevin Campbell was a different level of vocalist, and that album, oh my god! Like, as a child singer, you can't beat Tevin Campbell. I think that was just different planet.
Yes.
That 92 project, 91, 92.
Yeah. Okay, so we agree that Alone With You. Yeah. Okay. Steve, Beach, what was your number 3?
My number 3 is got credits from Donnell Jones and Kenny Love Tongue. It is a DJ Eddie F production, and it's You Took My Heart. I cannot talk highly enough about this song. This song is absolutely magic. Just from the moment that the song starts, the keys, when the beat kicks in, it's over. And I think it's a really well-written song as well from Donnell Jones. And I just feel bad. I can't put it any higher. And I don't think many people rate this like that. But for me, this is a personal list, and I think You Took My Heart is a fantastic song.
Killer track. Killer track.
Solid.
Yeah. Okay. Can I go with it? Yeah, definitely. It was I mean, Eddie's. Yeah, Eddie's just it's strange because I remember when the debut Heavy D and the Boys album came out, and I was looking and said, okay, Teddy did most of the production. I was like, who's this? Why is Eddie F being listed? I'm sure he just did a little scratch in there, So I think selfishly I was so blinded with Teddy as a fan that he did most of that stuff, but I didn't appreciate Eddie as much until he did Someone For Me, and he started to do the production outside. So I don't know if you just knew about Eddie from Heavy D and the Boys, you wouldn't appreciate his production until he was doing the stuff for LaFace, and he started to do the Untouchable stuff outside of Uptown. But man, Eddie doesn't. I don't know if he gets the credit as a producer and as he could be as well. Yeah. All right. Who's next?
Number 3, and we've talked a lot about producers and backing singers this evening, but I think the one producer, and there's 2 producers on this actually, but I think I'm going to say controversially, I think 93, 94, I feel that this is where this producer sound. I think he peaked here. And I think he changed the sound of R&B. And what I mean by that, he had his own. He made his own sounds in his production that nobody had. And I feel he did. To me, You look at the likes of Timbaland and that they took the baton on later on in the 90s, but it's a shame. I think it really peaked it, and you can tell on these two tracks because they're just on a different level. They're just on a really different level. This could have been number one, it could have been number two, but it's at number three. I've gone for Whispers produced, and I'm talking about DeVante, obviously. I'm talking about DeVante. It's a big shout to Darryl Pearson, because I've just looked and it says Darryl Pearson as well is on this track, but there's just that Whisper sounds like nothing else. Yes. Does sound, I suppose it is. Again, you could argue age appropriate. He did 2 tracks on this album that took Usher in a sexual way, but I can't. It's just the production just blows my head away when I listen to this album, and it's just I can't. They've got to be high up for me. They just so got to be high up. Whispers is just Jesus Christ.
You've summed up everything there about DeVante's impact during this period. I think he peaked
at this point. I think obviously Jodeci came, the third album came in '95, and that was a great. Again that sound had completely changed, but I think they were on a downward trajectory then. But I think if you look at the second album into '94, what he was doing, you're getting peak DeVante there. You're getting just incredible stuff. So that's
makes sense.
Like you say, Diddy was doing a lot of sampling, whereas DeVante was just making his own sounds. One of those things like, how's he got this sound? How's he done this? How's he done that? Just incredible.
Imagine if that was true, that he took because there was a big budget and then half the money, Ready to Die comes out.
Did that happen? Because I thought I think LaFace and Bad Boy, they both got the deal with Arista, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Arista? And it was they
were still on the Clive Davis,
and both camps were given $10 million each, from what I understand. So did they? That would be fascinating if it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just
no, but we've said that you can tell that they spent money on this album. You don't. This think of most Bad Boy records. Most of the producers were in house.
So it would have been cheaper, maybe.
Yeah, you wouldn't. You get I'll Be Sure and get over. Yeah, he got his hitman, so he did it. It's almost like Master P doing Beats by the Pound. So it's like in-house producers cut the cost down. But you can look at the lyrics, look at all this, and say this is an expensive album, just by who's producing it. This is not a cheap album.
Definitely not. But did I misunderstand the comment? Did they say that Usher's budget was taken and put it into Ready to Die?
No, he said he probably took some of the money from that
Usher's
Usher's budget. Yeah,
or maybe the return. Yeah, either way. Yeah. I wanted to sing my number 3, but my favorite section of the song is actually it's made up by the harmonies. I think he might be stacking over himself on this part. But it's another jinx. And someone had mentioned the lyrics of this song being better than the music of a song. It sounds like it. So I'm going to read some of the lyrics that I like from here, and it's towards the end of the song. And again, if I could stack my vocals in real time, I'd do it, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to read it to you. It is, girl, I learned my lesson. No, we can't let others in. Misery loves company. They don't see it's from within. It's you for me, me for you. But first we must be friends. I'll keep my love coming. Oh, love coming. Girl, we can win. It is the many ways at number 3. Let me tell you. The Many Ways was at number 2. It was at number 2 until it got bumped, surprisingly, by a song that I ignored all these years until literally listening to the album for this show. And this song went from I didn't even know it existed to how the hell did I miss this song? It's now number 2. So
wow.
Stay tuned for number 2.
Nice.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So no. So you just gave your number 3.
Yep.
Yeah. So number 2 for me is and number 1 and 2 kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then I think I just settled on it because there is maybe I listen to number 2 a lot more. That when listening to this album again, and what I put at number 1 just really tugged on my heart slightly more. So number 2 is the lead single from the album, and I think it was probably one of my most, it was just one of the things where DeVante's production there, his little top box getting and the whole thing, and I thought it was a nice slow jam that really would say, okay, it will stay on the charts, being radio friendly, and get. But I think it was hard as a label to try and how do we push this R&B sexual song for this kid and who is his market and stuff like that. But take nothing away from it. Maybe if KC was singing it, it probably would have been a bigger Jodeci song. But Can I Get With It? Amazing.
Get with it. Right. And you pushed number 2, Namdi.
Push
Great choice,
number
Namdi.
2.
Wow.
Can you get with it at number 2?
I thought that would have been your number 1, Namdi. I thought that would have been your number 1.
For many days it was, I tell you.
Yeah.
For many days it was number 1. But I just when I get to number 1, it's just something about number 1 that really tugs on me more. Yes.
Wow.
Reed, what's number 2 for you?
My number 2 is produced by DeVante, co-produced by Darryl Pearson, mixed by Tony Maserati. This song could easily have been a single. It was my number 1 on my list all week. I changed it today. And there's a reason, and I'll explain why I changed it later. But Whispers is an incredible song.
Wow, he rated it high.
And tapping into what you touched on earlier, this period of DeVante was otherworldly, different planet. That boy was in his own stratosphere. He didn't care about other sounds. He had created a very specific sound, which it was his own thing. And 93, 94, DeVante was the main man. He just was. And but this particular song, I think it's more of a Darryl Pearson track than a DeVante track. And I've had this conversation with a couple of friends. Not that DeVante's not on it. He's very much on it. But this has Darryl Pearson's styling's a little bit more than DeVante, I think, on this one. So Whispers, number 2, fantastic combination from Darryl Pearson and DeVante. And it's highly, I think Tim Mosley, Timberland is probably on this as well somewhere.
Credited, yeah.
Love
that song, man.
But great one. That's my number 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. I'd have had you nailed on as a number 1 for that one, VJ. I'll be honest. I thought that
it was until about 7 hours ago.
You've done a Namdi on us. Then you've switched it the last minute.
Yeah, I switched it. It was there, man. It was there, but then it's all good. It's all good.
What about you, Steve?
My number 2. You know what? I always have to have an up tempo high in an R&B and a swing album. You got to have an up tempo. And why LaFace just didn't press up a couple of thousand promo 12s and just send them out to all the DJs, I'll never know, because this again. I'll show you love, the beats, the bass, the sample. This it's a killer track. I've forgotten how good this was when I kept on repeat.
Yeah, man.
I forgot how good it was. And you've all rated that pretty high up. What's happening, Namdi? You going back to prison there? Some bars are going to come down in a minute there.
I can't believe Mohammed out in Kuwait. It's probably like 2 in the morning.
And he's going to make an appearance then.
Yeah.
Good. And let's hope let's hope Teddy doesn't sue us for the name of the podcast as well. But anyway,
So-
Mr. Andrew Knight,
So what did you pick, Stevie, for number 2?
I'll show you love is my number
Okay,
2.
I'll show you love.
Great song, man.
Okay, Andrew, what about you?
All right, this is I love this stuff. Like I love discovering new old music, and I'm listening to this album, and I'm like,
New old music. That's funny.
yes, like why did I not know about this song? Okay, let me tell you a couple of things, and I hope I can do it justice because I only get one chance. So the reason why I love this song is because it is so classy. I could already see the video. It's got kind of a gold hue. They're wearing like white linen. It's like pearls. It's like champagne. And like, honestly, Jodeci could have done it. I actually there's a version in my head where Al B. Shore just kept it for himself. Although I don't think he's even on it. I don't think he's even on it, but it sounds like an Al B. Shore song. And then the other piece is, he's not even on it, dude, but it sounds like Al B. Shore. And then I hear 3 influences. One is Stevie Wonder, Rocket Love, like the verses, right? Then he actually goes ahead and does a James Ingram thing at the end where he's all like, and this is going to be very, very embarrassing if I don't pull this off. I have to try it. He does that whole James Ingram, like at the end, right? And then he even goes to the Wisely Brothers. Then. So there's the Al B. Shore version of Smile Again. Smile Again. How is this? Yo, why would you bury this song at the end of the album? Because I can tell you why, and I'll tell you why after I do number 1, but I'll tell you why I ignored it. But anyway, here's the Al B. Shore version. And by the way, I barely know the song, but I love it and rocketed all the way to number 2. If I could tell how it feels. Wait, shoot. If I could, the lyrics are wrong on here. That's why it messes me up. If I could tell you how I feel, girl. You know, I'm not going to do it. I messed it up. Point is, Smile Again is a dope song by Usher. And I think anybody who doesn't know it should listen to it and bask in it because it is pure hip hop, soul, magical balladry that is underrated. And if I was Usher, I would absolutely find a way to just, put it into a set. It needs to be heard. It's that debonair. It's that dope. It's that regal. And it's that soulful. So Smile Again is goated. And I'm so mad that I messed up my album.
I'm glad we've picked this deep out. Yeah. We've realised that this track is the sleeper at the end of the album is actually quite one of the strongest tracks on the album, really.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Just realising now, we're just waking up to it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
So, guys, we're down to. So before we go to number 1, we'll go and rank from 12 up to 1, and at number 12 for me was Slow Love. At number 11 was Love Was Here. At number 10 was Whispers. Number 9 is I'll Show You Love.
What?
Number 8 was Crazy. And number 7 is I'll Make It Right. Number 6 is Final Goodbye. Number 5 is You Took My Heart. Number 4 was Think of You. Number 3 was The Many Ways. Number 2 was Can I Get With It. And number 1 is a song that I actually only right now looking at the credits think, okay, this doesn't seem to make sense. Because throughout the time I was listening to it, I would have sworn it was Al B. Shore and Carl West. But looking at the people behind it, backing vocalists, the writers, the producers, Smile Again is my favorite song.
Wow. We really are rating this track tonight.
Smile Again.
I think Namdi's just won the podcast. I think he's
Very nice.
You've got Dave Hollister, Faith Evans, and Herb Milton doing the lyrics on this. Herb doing the music. Crystal Johnson, Dave, Mary Brown from Abstract doing the backing vocals. And just the fact, as I said, what I missed the most about music from the mid-90s was the backing vocals. Think about Christopher Williams, Every Little Thing I Do. if you don't have the backing vocals, it doesn't make the song. Let Christopher just do the chorus, but let the backing vocals come in, or even All I See. But when you think of Smile Again, and you just hear them sing, talking back to him, and he's able to just sing, let the backing vocals come in. This is almost like a choir. That was what Uptown did when they did the Unplug, was let the backing vocals and the whole music and Smile Again. I just thought that's such a beautiful, amazing track. I thought it was I'll Be Showing Kyle West.
Yes.
Up to now. I don't know why they took that style from them or what, but this. I just thought it was Al and Kyle, but Smile Again, favorite song of the album.
Yes.
Fantastic to hear you've put it at number one. Do you guys think it would have been a good single? Do you think it would have?
Yes.
We talked about at the beginning of the podcast. Wow. I think it would have really worked. What a song, right?
Yeah. Definitely. It would have definitely worked. It was just think of Kissing Game. It was I think radio would have loved it, and maybe some of the remixes they would have done.
Think about how we've all rated it. Like, two of us have put it at number 5. One of us has put it at number 2. One of us has put it at number 1. That is a big song. For me, that is the song of this podcast. Like,
we all agree on it.
Because I put it, the only reason I put it number 5 was I couldn't remember it, and I listened to it and again I thought it's too good to be tune, man. 10, 9, 8, 9. It's far too good, this, and I'm kicking myself for not listening to it more all over the years. It's just such a great track.
That's the good thing about these podcasts. Like, sometimes if we haven't heard an album, or we haven't ever heard an album on occasion, you hear it and you're like, you're reintroduced to a song. Like for the Pebbles and Karen White, I know for a fact all 4 of us have been introduced to songs that we haven't heard in forever, and we're like, you know what?
I hadn't heard Pebbles' third album before.
My life.
I hadn't heard either of the third albums before.
Yeah. But I'm singing Pebbles' third album so often. Yeah.
That's the one. All good, man.
Yeah.
So
okay, Reed.
So my number 14 was Interlude 1, Chucky Thompson, Faith Evans track. Number 13 was Think of You, which samples the incredible. It wasn't in my top 10, so I'm just going to tell you who sampled it quickly. Samples the incredible Ronnie Law's Tidal Wave from 1975, and Big Daddy Kane featuring Biz Markie, just rhyming with the Biz from 87. Love the song. Unfortunately, today it didn't make my top 10 list. Wow. Number 12, surprised this didn't make my top 10 either. Crazy, featuring Crystal Johnson on backing vocals. And we've mentioned the original Bam Jam version of this, Brian Alexander Morgan version of this. I really wanted to have the interlude number 2 at number 6, but I've dropped it down to number 11. This is one of the best interludes of the 1990s. Listen to it again. It is very, very special. It's fantastic. That's my number 11. Number 10, Final Goodbye. Number 9, Love Was Here. Number 8, The Many Ways. Number 7, I'll Show You Love. Number 6, I'll Make It Right. Number 5, Smile Again. What a tune. Namdi. Number 1, I Love It. Number 4, Slow Love. Number 3, You Took My Heart. Number 2, Whispers. It was number 1 for the whole week. And I switched this and my number 1 around. This has been sampled in 4 songs that I know of. It's got instruments are played by Tim Mosley, also known as Timbaland, produced by DeVante. Additional credits very much by Timbaland. Fantastic single. First single, Can You Get With It, all day long, every day. Then don't even get me started on the Gangsterline edit. Oh my God, that song is just perfection. And that's my number 1, Can You Get With It.
Nice.
That extended mix as well is just, the extended mix goes on for like 7.5 minutes.
It's too good, man. It's
just transformed into a different universe, but wow. So you picked, fair enough. Now I can understand what beat Whispers.
It was one of those. And my key takeaway from this podcast is there's some incredible talent on this album, so much incredible talent. But because DeVante was, as you said, Stevie, this was his period. This was that DeVante time. He had to be a number 1 and number 2 slot for me, and that's why he's there.
Nice.
And that's why I'm wearing this.
There
t-shirt.
you go.
T-shirt.
Sometimes my T-shirt gives away my bias. Sometimes.
Fair bias. I think it's very justified.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
My number 12. Apologies to everybody who loves this track. 12 and 11 again. It's killing me to put these here. Number 12 was "Love Was Here." It's a great track. It's like gosh, it was killing me. I was nearly in tears. Number 11, "Final Goodbye." What a track! What a track! Number 10, as you know, was "Slow Love." Number 9, "Crazy," with my little singing there, my little remix. Number 8, "I'll Make It Right." Number 7, "Think of You," big single, big memories at the time. Number 6, "The Many Ways." Number 5, "Smile Again." Number 4, "You Took My Heart." Number 3, it was at number 2. Same reasons what you said, VJ, but I bumped it up to number 3 because I wanted a club cut high in my top 5. So I put "Whispers" at number 3. Number 2 "I'll Show You Love," the club cut. Before I get to number 1, let's just mention another version of the album that you can get that was kindly given to me by a world-renowned R&B tape collector who's deep into his tape collecting. It quickly flashes across the screen. Can we see? Oh no, the glare. Oh no, look at that. A yellow tape. A yellow Usher tape. The glare's not going to do that. Oh, there
you go.
That's it.
Wow, look at that. Kindly given to me by a serious tape collector called VJ Chandegra.
You're welcome.
He's given me £1,000. He's given me £1,000 promo tape cassette. What a guy!
Wow.
Enjoy it, man. It's great.
Wow. But anyway, that's just it's just a different format. Anyway, let's get to my number 1. It's my biggest memory of the album, my biggest memory at the time. If we go back to the other Usher podcast we did, this was at number 1 as well. So it's never moved for me. But Can You Get With It? It's just
all right.
Massive track. Easily, it still floors me now, that track. The extended 12-inch mix, the vocoder as well. That vocoder on that track or whatever is just huge. So Namdi, it was your I know it was your number 1.
What I do is I put this album on a playlist and I keep switching them as I'm listening. I'm like, yep, goes up. And up to this evening, it was number 1. It was number 1, but then the Smile Again. It was just pushed it. And I said 1 to 3. The Many Ways, Smile Again, and Can I Get With It? But there hardly anything between them. Yeah. Okay, Andrew.
All right. So I'm torn between doing my 12 or just the 10 because I want to have some mystery. If I tell a 12, you'll know what number 1 is.
Go ahead. You can do your 10.
Awesome. All right, cool. All right. So number 10 was "You Took My Heart, Ran Away." Number 9, "I'll Make It Right." Number 8, "Crazy." Number 7, "Think of You." Number 6, "Slow Love." Number 5, "Can You Get With It?" Number 4, "Love Was Here." Number 3, "The Many Ways." Number 2, "Smile Again." Now, the reason why this one is number 1, and it's also going to go into my explanation for why I didn't get "Smile Again." For the longest time, I had the tape, number 1. So that's that. Number 2, my number 1 for me was so head and shoulders above like the other songs that I'm the kind of guy where like if I hear a song I really like, nothing else on the album even compares for me. So I just like take out the album. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I need to listen anymore, right? And because of the way where this song was placed, unfortunately, it was obscured by my number 1. And here I'm going to try one more time and not mess this up and say that if I could tell you how I feel when I'm close to you. I messed that part up. At times I wish that my heart could tell you how much I love you. But my heart speaks in whispers. If my heart is speaking low, if my heart is speaking low, baby, I love you so. I'll never let you go. No,
No,
no.
no.
And the thing is, like I mean, that's all overdubbed, right? It's like those, like the vocals, the overdubs, the bass, the doo 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 doo, and then like that little wee, like and the staticky stuff, that Darryl Pearson staticky stuff, and then just in a whisper. I can't do. I mean, I love that song. So yes, Whispers is my favorite song on the album, and is arguably my favorite Usher song of all time. Do I need a remix?
Wow.
Yes. I think as a single, as a radio single, I would have remixed it. I would have Loose Silas it out. I would have isolated some drops, like, just like really spice it up, because as a song, there's an argument for it being boring. I don't care. To me, it's just it's a vibe, and when I'm locked into that groove, I'm just like, this is it's like being in outer space in the dark with your girl. Just, if my heart's speaking low, don't worry, I got you. And it's not even like age inappropriate. It's like it's genuine. I'm talking too damn much. So Whispers is my number one, and I think it's criminal that more people don't know about it.
I love that.
Wow.
I love it. I love how you have talked about that song. So much passion. You really feel that. I love it. I'm gutted I didn't get
11.
Oh, my 11 and 12 were indeed and respectfully. Final Goodbye is number 12, and respectfully, I'll Show You Love is number 11. Respectfully.
Okay.
You know. Every time I hear someone on IG say respectful, I cringe now. I'm getting to the point where I'm cringing hearing it. Respectful.
Yeah.
It's almost like a passive aggressive diss in it, really.
Yeah. Well, they do it here. Like, how do they do it here?
Someone nicely, just say respectfully first.
No, how they do it here is they would say something about when they're talking about the team that's rubbish, and they would say, I can't remember what they use now, but anyway, yeah, respectfully. VJ, what was a master list?
Yeah, master list is an interesting one. I just wanted to say a shout out to a few people. Shout out to Deland, Paul, Christian, both of you, Brandon, Renge, There Is a Dark Side, Mandy, Claude, and Kevin. Thank you. And just wanted to give you a shout out. A few of you have joined today. So this is the master list from all the lists that were sent in to me. So number 14, and this is including interludes. So my apologies if this is what people sent me. Yeah. So based on that, number 14 was interlude number 1. Number 13 was Final Goodbye. Number 12 was interlude 2, Can't Stop. Number 11 was Love Was Here. Number 10, I'll Show You Love. Number 9, Crazy. Number 8, Think of You. Number 7, You Took My Heart. Number 6, Slow Love. Number 5, Smile Again.
Wow.
Number 4, I'll Make It Right. Number 3, The Many Ways. Number 2 was Whispers.
Ooh.
So number 1 was the lead single produced by DeVante Swing for his damn self. Swing, Can You Get With It? That was number 1.
Yes. Another podcast I win again.
And me, I win too. It's joint winners, buddy. But I wanted to say there's Jimmy Parsons suggested a podcast to do the talent that came out of DeVante's camp. So you had who did you have come out of DeVante's camp? You had Timbaland, you had Missy Elliott, Sister, Tweet, Player, Chad Elliott, you would argue, came from DeVante's camp. Who else?
Well, we had Missy and Timberland. Sorry, not Timberland. Genuine. Tweet.
Tweet.
Tweet
You've got
was there.
Sugar. There was a few. There's a load of people that came out of that camp. So whether people respect DeVante or not, inconsequential. His talent led to all of those artists coming out and doing so much. So I think Jimmy Parsons, thank you for the suggestion. That might be one we do. I don't know if you guys are up for something like that. And the other suggestion I like was from Ave the Don, Tony Thompson, the debut album he did on Giant. I think that would be.
Yeah, we've got to do that at some point, definitely.
Yep.
To do that.
Yeah.
How are we rating the album out of 10 then? We'll leave Namdi's till last. So what DJ out of 10?
I think if Usher was an older version of himself, I think this would have been a much stronger. I think this would have been 9.5 for me. I'm gonna knock it down to a 9.
What about you, Andrew?
Honestly, I got to keep it real. For me, it's a solid 8.5. Yeah, I give an 8.5. I'll give an 8.5.
Wow.
Nah, 8.
Well, 8.5.
Yeah. Okay.
I've
All
got
right. Yeah,
9 and 8.5. I'll tell you what. Respectfully, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm going to give it a 9 point. I gave Brandy 9.1 dinner. So I'm going to give this.
Yeah.
It's either an 8.9 or a 9.2. I can't quite decide. So it's an 8.9 or a 9.2. Floating between. That's it. So what do you give it, Namdi?
No, I'll give it an 8. And
wow.
It's and I think, as I said, it's hard because listening to it now, I'm like, okay, no skipping and no skipping and stuff. I think when it came out, it was probably in the 9s. It was one of my on when you have your 6 disc CD player and just rotates around. It was one of the 6 I'll put in there. I don't know if you guys had that when you just load up your CD in
my car. Yeah.
Okay, in your car.
In the trunk.
Yeah. I had a Sony one where you just it was a round one and you just, oh man, I missed those CD players. And yeah, it was there. It was just that it seemed to have had a cohesive sound because they were all from very similar camps. So it wasn't like you were just getting different sounds. Puffy made sure that it just sounded like one massive project. And yes, I did. Who was it? Tank was saying that he felt that Usher was a better singer than R. Kelly, and I just vocally, not an artist. He said vocally that Usher seems to can do more with he learned to do more with his vocals. Yes, I don't know, but
different lanes. I don't know. I'm not inclined to compare the two. Like I consider Usher to be closer to like the kind of like the MJ lane, like in terms of just his kind of like it's more of a smooth, buttery vocal, but he can get into his I mentioned before. Oh my God, what's his name? 70s guy. I said his name so easily earlier.
Curtis.
Maybe someday we'll all be free. Donny Hathaway. I think Usher has a Donny Hathaway type voice, whereas R. Kelly is more of like, I consider him more of a Gap Band / Aaron Hall plus his own kind of sound. So they're to me they're different. That's just me. That's just me.
And DJ All Day, what you said there about musically 8.5 and vocally 6.5, I think that's probably about right. That's kind of how I feel in my head. I think as soon as I read that, I thought that seems about right. I think that's around the right ballpark. I think.
So imagine an instrumental. Just an album instrumentals.
I'd kill it. It would be killer.
That's 11 out of 10 for me. 11 out of 10 easily. Just for instrumentals.
What's your favorite instrumental? For me, Love Was Here was a pretty strong instrumental for me. But I mean, what's your favorite instrumental that's on the album?
For me,
many
Smile
ways
Again would be fantastic.
Smile Again, yes.
Yeah. I think Whispers would be killer.
Yes.
We already have Can You Get With It instrumental, and you've also got The Many Ways instrumental. You've got Think of You instrumental. They're all very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, definitely a very good album. Very good show. We it took us
You
2
might be able
hours
to
to
sing
get
better,
to it.
Namdi, if you move the Christmas ball out your face. Now.
No, this is I wasn't the Grinch today when it came to this album, but definitely it was just an amazing album, and it just reflects the time that we lived in back then, which we just took for granted. We took for granted. I mean, I don't know if we did. Well, maybe we did, or we were buying the albums.
I thought it would live. I thought it would last forever.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing. Like you don't realize what you have till it's gone. I know it's cliche as hell, but it's true. Which is now I know. Now, I think I already told you guys. Like even just this moment that we're all sharing right now, I'm appreciating the hell out of this. Right?
Because it won't last forever. We know. It's
yes,
not the last
we know this now.
Yeah.
But back then, I just thought, oh yeah, like New Edition will keep making music, and Jim and Lewis will like, like we took it for granted.
Yeah. Goodness, I mean, to think of, as I said, I still have memories of the My Life album. I can hear it because I was in college, but I was at university and working part-time job assembling light bulbs, like the chandeliers. And you'd be hearing, if you look at my life, you can see. I can still remember that. La, la, la. And then, then hearing Creep and it was just like, you stack up the albums, put them in your rotation, and then the crisp sound of a CD player. And it just felt like, and everyone was buying the bigger CD racks. And we just and they were giving us the music. And I think I love the fact the labels, quality control, because what we have now is just put it all out there. But then we had the quality control, and they marketed the album, all the label, all the producer, they started to do the movie stuff, from the director of this and this and this. So he started saying for the producer of this album and this album, or they'll put produced by, Teddy Riley at the back. So you're like, okay, it must be a good album and stuff. That was a moment, and I think we're fortunate that we're able to relive it in the simplest way. When we pick an album, we listen to it, and we're able to revisit with you guys. So beautiful album, beautiful time.
I'm sorry, and I know it's late, but I just want to say one more thing and wax poetic. That is, remember how like when the CDs came out, because you could fit more songs on a CD than a tape, that all of a sudden you had all this extra bonus goodies. Like the Ralph Tresvant album had like 3 extra bonus tracks on there. Like it was, and albums were so much longer. You look at Don't Be Cruel, it's what, I don't know, 8 or 9 songs or whatever. And then the Bobby album has like 15, 16 tracks. So the 90s was a special time, I think, for music and particularly R&B, when, the black artists and the black budgets had bigger budgets, you know?
Yeah, Hype Williams, $1 million videos. Just before we finish, do we agree with what DJ All Day says, that if Tony Thompson was singing this album instead of Usher,
actually,
would it have done 4 times?
On the strength of High Five, I think there's an argument.
Wow.
I think it would have done very well, because the thing is, Usher sounds like a young boy man coming to find his voice. He hasn't quite found his voice yet. His voice hadn't broken at that point. So Tony Thompson, at that point, his voice had broken. I think that would have worked better. Tony Thompson would have really fitted this album. So that's a very fair comment, I think. I don't know about 4 times platinum, though. I don't know.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. But it would have performed better, and it's way more age appropriate, by the way. So, yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting just to see. And I mean, goodness, I don't know. Yeah, because there's always a sense of whatever happened to Tony Thompson. When his debut album came out, I think it was probably the most highly anticipated album when it came out. Everyone was like, and the lead single just didn't do it. But anyway, that's for another day. I think Christmas, we've got plans for Christmas, and we'll lock those in when we go off the air. But as always, man, we appreciate you guys joining us and giving us, making it easy for us, by your comments. Even Marco with his own. Even our friend Marco adds to the.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Seriously, let's go. Let's land that plane, Andy. Let's say good night. Listen, everybody's messaged tonight and part it. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you all with us. We do, we do appreciate everyone's opinion. Yeah. Everyone's got their own opinion. We respect that. It's that's what makes this podcast. Got to respect that.
We don't all have to agree. It's just part of life. It's life. We're never all going to agree.
Freedom of speech. We love freedom of speech. Because it's been taken away from us. But that's another podcast. But anyway, let's say good night, Andy.
Thanks, guys. Take care, boys and girls.
Good night.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
Somewhere in between.
Or even loving us, on which I did miss you.
What was it like growing up?
Still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay.
They don't understand what those boys win.
Play it.